Welcome to Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, the crime critic, back with another episode, y'all. I got a familiar face in the house, y'all. Y'all know who it is, Elgin Porter, a.k.a. Twin.
What's up? What's
Yeah,
up?
yeah. Thank you for doing this show, brother.
Yes, my guy.
Yeah, we want to talk about something that I think is very important, and I think a lot of you will connect with. This morning, me and Twin were talking about his nephew that passed away in prison. How old was he?
My nephew was 28.
He was 28 years old, y'all. Passed away in prison, incarcerated, right? But as the story goes along, you're going to find out what happened to him and all of these things. But before we get to that, I want to give Twin an opportunity if he wants to say anything, reintroduce himself to y'all, whatever he wants to say, and then we're going to jump into this story because I want to get into the backstory of your nephew before we get to the prison. I want to know who he was, what he went through, how he was raised, those types of things, so that the people can get a feel for who he was. You feel me? Yeah. I don't want them to just go away in this story with knowing that he was somebody that came to prison, passed away.
Right, correct.
He was more than that.
He was way more.
He was way more than that. Absolutely. And we want to make sure we express that, right? But is there anything you want to say before we jump into it, man?
So not much, man, but just the fact that, man, life, man, is precious, man, and sometimes we take it for granted, and I just want to share with you this morning because all the things that was going on in the news, man. What I've been seeing in California and Tennessee, the Virginia whole football team thing.
All of that.
It's just a lot of things going on. Then bumping up with you, man. It was comfortable for me to express how I was feeling at that moment. Yeah. Because my heart was heavy.
Yeah, I get that.
You know what I mean? So I just want to express to the people the real thought behind, man. Life, man, is so precious.
Not taking it for granted.
Not taking it for granted.
Not taking it for granted.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what's up. Now let's get to it, man. I don't know if you want to tell people your nephew's name, and we don't have to do that. Yeah. But let's talk about who he was, man. You said he was 28 years old.
Yeah.
He was born in Tennessee.
No. We're from California.
Okay, he was born in California as well.
He was born in California as well.
Dig that. He was born in California. And how old was he when you moved to Tennessee?
Darius was Darius was like probably around about like 12. No, I take it back. He was around about 9, 10.
9 years, 10 years old?
Somewhere right there.
Yeah, I know. This morning you told me that he was affiliated.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about. You said when he moved to Tennessee, was he affiliated?
No, he wasn't.
He was not.
No, he was not.
And his mother and father.
They passed away.
They passed away.
Yeah, his mother passed away when he was young, baby, probably about a couple of months years old.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And his father?
His father passed away 2 weeks before he passed away.
Okay, we're going to get into that.
Yeah.
But let's go back. So, his father raised him.
And my mother.
And your mother. His grandmother.
Right, yes.
Raised him. And so he moved when your family moved, everybody moved down here, right?
Pretty much. Yes.
Pretty much come here.
And we was going back and forth. Me and my twin brothers.
Yeah, y'all were moving back and forth down the highway. Yeah. So what kind of life did he have as a young man at that age, 9, 10, 11 years old? Was it
a good life?
Good life. What do you mean when you say good life? Well,
he was sheltered in a Christian home. He was much loved, protected. Very smart in school. Didn't have to want for nothing because he was spoiled.
Made good grades.
You know what I mean? Everything. Good grades, all that stuff. And
what kind of things did he do in school? Was he an athlete? Chess club? What did he do?
Before when he moved down here, of course he wanted to be like me, play drums and do all that. He used to always be behind me. Oh yeah. Can play drums. Yeah. He can play drums. Like I said, and the other episodes that we did, my whole family is music oriented. That's all we do is music. But as he growing up, being around that, and was sheltered, he grew up and learn how to play sport. We was teaching them how to, play football and basketball. Also, his uncles, my brother and them, we all was, man, we sheltered him. We protected him. He was real smart, academic. He had it.
Yeah.
When he got older, I guess our lifestyle rubbed off on him.
Okay, now let's address that. We got to hit this stuff head on. I got love for you, but I gotta
right.
come in.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure.
Because you were just saying that he was protected, he was sheltered, grew up in a Christian home, well loved, didn't really want for anything. Now, when you say your lifestyle, what do you mean by that?
The lifestyle that we lived.
When you say we, you're talking about you and his father?
Me and my twin brother.
You and your twin brother.
And my other brothers.
Okay.
His father, he moved back to Indianapolis.
Okay.
Because he didn't want to come down to Tennessee. He's from Indianapolis.
I got you.
So my nephew, my mother had the custody over my nephew and his sister.
Yeah.
So the family moved with moms.
Yeah, I got
so of course, during that time at a young age, he was protected and sheltered, church and sports, school.
But he was also exposed to how and your brothers were living.
Exactly.
Which is
the gang banging, the drug dealing life, girls, all that stuff. Right, that fast life living. So it wasn't that he was participating. It was just, how kids is when they look up to nephew, cousins, brothers, whoever. So as years went on, he gradually went on the what do this feel like to smoke weed?
He started experimenting.
What do this feel like to drink? And we was to the point to where, well, hey, listen, we don't want you to go out there and do that. Kick it with me.
With us. Yeah.
I would rather for me to show you than you go out there and do the wrong things, so forth and so on.
Right. Now let me stop you right there real quick, because I think this is something important to point out, because a lot of us do that.
Correct.
And we wonder why those that we love don't really focus on the part of our advice where we say, stay in school, do this, don't do that.
Right.
And it's partly because we're saying one thing out of our mouths, but we're doing
another. Yep, exactly.
And those things, they seem to be more fun to do. And a child, whether they're 9 or 15, it's still a child's mind.
It's still a child's mind, right?
That stuff looks fun.
It does.
And they don't always listen to the part where we tell them to stay in school because it doesn't seem fun.
It don't.
And I think that's something that we need to focus on when we talk about trying to deter this type of lifestyle. And I'm glad that's one of the reasons I hope that you agreed to do this episode, because I want people to understand that it's way more than telling those that we really love and cherish not to do A, B, and C.
Right.
We have to also be walking the walk.
Exactly.
And the reason me and you both can speak to that, because I did the same thing with my 2 sons. And we can speak to that because we know what it led to.
Right.
Us being in prison for a long time.
Exactly.
Victims are everywhere, hurt.
Yes.
Families decimated by the actions that we caused.
Right.
And I wanted to make sure to point that out. I didn't want that to just be something you say and then we move on. I wanted to point that out so people can understand that the reason that we're saying these things is because we know there are certain things that happen, when we're raising or from a distance, whether it be from an uncle standpoint or a brother standpoint, when we're participating in the raising of those that we love, that we be consistent. We have to be consistent in what we're saying to them. In all ways, in what they see and what we say. Because they're going to be influenced mostly by, the things that we make seem fun.
Right.
Okay, now go ahead. I ain't now.
No,
I just want to throw that in there.
You're right, because you know what I mean. As he was looking at me.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I'm doing tours. I'm doing shows over here. I'm doing shows over there, so forth and so on. And this is what he see.
Right.
He behind me, got the sticks, trying to mimic me. So now you turn around and he see me with girls and drinking and smoking and selling dope. It's like,
if he's mimicking you playing the drum, he wants to mimic you doing all of these things.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
What can be wrong if Unc's doing?
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
So those were the things that got him caught up as he got older. Mm-hmm. Like, well, shoot.
That example that had been laid for
exactly.
Even though y'all loved him, that's what I want a lot of people to understand too. You know, we love our people.
Oh, heck yeah.
And a lot of times the decisions that we made back in the day, I know for me, I'm not gonna speak for you, but I know for me, if I could have foreseen,
man, come on,
that my actions would have led to my two sons selling drugs, ending up in prison, I just don't believe I would have followed through and continued to act that way.
In no way.
Even though my daddy told me, my granddaddy told me, my grandparents, everybody told me, it just didn't click.
It just didn't click.
It didn't click.
It just didn't click.
And now with this show and this episode and brothers like you, I want to do everything that I can to make sure it clicks.
Man, I'm riding with you, man. I'm the same way, man.
So how old was he when he became an official gang member?
My nephew became officially, really, I didn't know until, till 2015.
Yeah.
I didn't know until then. And
how old was he at that time? Do you remember?
But Darius was probably 22, 20.
Oh, so you didn't put him on?
No. You
didn't put him on?
No.
Didn't have a clue?
Didn't have a clue.
Dig that.
Didn't have a clue. And it surprised me when I called him and was like, "What's up, cuz?" He said, "Nah, honey, homie." I'm like, "Hold on, what you mean?" Oh, you already know what it is now, huh? I'm official. I'm like, wait, hold on. I couldn't get into details because of the phone.
Absolutely.
But my twin let me know. Yeah, man. It's yeah.
It's all
that's what it is.
Yeah.
And my other nephew.
Right.
I'm like, hold on. I'm like, God, all right, cool. Let's take care of that.
Yeah.
It's not the hood thing.
It is what it is at this point.
Yeah. But that's my nephew at the same time.
Right. And you know the realities of his life.
Exactly.
That's right.
So that's when I found out. At that moment it wasn't shocking, but it was. If that makes sense. I couldn't do nothing about it because he already made it so he grown. But as I talked to him and letting them know that, hey man, this is not what it is. But
you've already made a decision.
Since you made that decision, do it right.
Okay. Now, before we get into the aspect what happened in prison that led to his death, I'm going to ask you: did he have any kids?
Yes,
he did.
He had a son, Darius Jr.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Darius, the son, something, Darius something.
Boy, you better find out his name.
See, the thing is, I never met him.
You never met him?
I never met him. I talked to him.
Right.
But I never met him.
I feel you, man.
That's the crazy part. I never met my nephew.
What about
son.
to this day?
To this day, I still haven't met him.
Have you talked to him?
I talked to him.
You did,
yes. And every time I talk to him, hey, big uncle, I love you. Yeah. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to meet you.
Yeah.
Those things are of that nature. So that's what makes
that breaks my heart.
This whole thing with you giving me the opportunity and the viewers to understand where we're coming from is that there's situations that happens in loved one's life and we fail to neglect the kids of that loved one who we let astray.
We neglect them and lead them astray.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when they're gone,
and let me say this.
No,
let me say this because I agree with you. We fail them.
Yes.
And we do lead them astray.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying this with all due respect to anybody that's been through this.
Correct.
We don't have the intentions of leading.
We don't.
I don't know if we're just blind or we just want something to reaffirm that we're just not wrong, that we're just not stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But we love our kids. We love our nieces and nephews and those in our families.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't, for the life of me, man, we know the dangers of this lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And when we find out that they've become a part of this lifestyle, man, we should do everything we can to get them away from it. But we don't do it. I'll never forget when my sons told me they were the business.
Yeah, right.
It crushed me, but I went straight into protect mode like you did.
Exactly.
Okay, this is what it is, so now I got to secure you.
Straight there, yes.
You know what I'm saying? I should have, not to say that it could have been possible, but I should have did everything that I could have to make sure that they were kicked out. No, this is not for them.
This is not for them.
But I didn't do that.
Same thing too. Yes.
You know what I mean? I didn't do that, and I'm saying the thing. I don't know why I didn't. Maybe it was foolish pride. You know, I was like, on the one hand, maybe I was prideful that they did what I did.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was foolish because I knew that they had joined a lifestyle that was about pain and destruction to anybody. That we ran into. It was not about uplifting and nurturing, love. It was nothing about, and I should have did everything within my power to make sure that they could not remain members. But I didn't.
That's real. That's real. I feel the same way.
I didn't do that. But okay, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Right now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you a quick break, and then we're gonna come right back, and we're gonna talk about what happened to him in prison.
For sure.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, the crime critic, and I say peace, y'all.
Yeah.